Now we are going to discuss very important topic, hydrocele. Hydrocele. Okay. So what is the definition of hydrocele? Hydrocele is collection of fluid within layers of tunica vaginalis. Right. So see the anatomy. Here you can see this is the testis. This is the cord structure. And this is the remnant of processus vaginalis around the testis. This is tunica vaginalis. Within the layers of tunica vaginalis, what happens? There is collection of fluid. So whenever there is collection of fluid within the layers of tunica vaginalis, this is known as vaginal hydrocele. So what's the name? So the most common type is, it's the vaginal hydrocele. Clear? Vaginal hydrocele is divided into primary vaginal hydrocele and secondary vaginal hydrocele. You must have seen a patient of hydrocele in the ward, and most of them are having primary vaginal hydrocele. You have seen the effect, you have seen that it's tense, it's large, and the testis cannot be filled separately. We perform the transillumination test also. So this vaginal hydrocele is further divided into two types. One is primary and second is secondary. Okay, so which one is more common? Overall, most common type of hydrocele, vaginal hydrocele. In vaginal hydrocele, which one is most common? So primary is more common, right? So you have seen it's large, it's tense, and here testis cannot be filled separately. So in this case, testis cannot be felt separately. Simple. Secondary hydrocele. It is because of trauma. It is because of tumor. And we discussed what is the most common cause overall, acute epididymoarthritis. So this is secondary to something. So what are the causes? It is less common. What are the causes? Most common cause we discussed, and that's acute epididymoarthritis. Other causes are, it's because of trauma, because of tumor, testicular tumor. Okay. Generally, the secondary hydrocele is small and it is lax. Since it is small and lax, you can feel the testis. So testis can be felt separately, right? So this is small, it is lax, and testis can be felt separately. Testis can be felt separately. The second is congenital hydrocele. Congenital hydrocele. Okay. So we discussed, whenever there is spontaneous descent of testis or testis comes into the scrotum, it brings a fold of peritoneum that is known as processus vaginalis. Okay. See, you can see this is the abdomen. So whenever this testis is coming into the scrotum, it brings a fold of peritoneum, and that's known as processus vaginalis. In majority of cases, the processus vaginalis is going to be obliterated after birth. But what happens? In certain patients, it is patent. So in congenital hydrocele, there is patent processus vaginalis. And because of this patent processus vaginalis, what's the problem? Can you see? It is going to communicate with peritoneal cavity, right? So after birth, mother will come to you taking the baby. Mother will tell you that, sir, whenever I place the baby in this upright posture, I notice that there is a swelling, and whenever I place the baby in supine position, swelling disappears. So here you notice that the swelling varies depending upon the activity level of the patient and posture. So what? There is communication between peritoneal cavity and processus vaginalis. So this is patent processus vaginalis and this is congenital hydrocele. What is the good thing? That by 2 years of age, there is spontaneous obliteration of this patent processus vaginalis. So what we have to do? We have to observe the patient for 2 years of age or by 2 years of age. Now the problem, suppose it is not going to obliterate by 2 years of age. Okay, so what kind of surgery should be done? This is the favorite question of examiners. First, you have to understand that whether this is a type of hydrocele or this is a type of hernia. So, strictly speaking, this is hydrocele, but actually speaking, this is hernia. But why it is not fitting into the definition of hernia? Because what is the definition of hernia? Hernia means it's the abnormal protrusion of viscous or part of viscous through the wall of its containing cavity. So here there is communication, but there is no viscous. And if you are not going to treat this patient over a period of time, what will happen? After some time or over a period of time, if there is no spontaneous obliteration, what viscous will start coming into this processus vaginalis, which is patent. So what is the treatment for congenital hydrocele? We have to perform what? Herniotomy. So it's the herniotomy which is the treatment of choice. Okay, so it is characterized by patent processus vaginalis. Generally, spontaneous obliteration occurs by 2 years of age. Okay, even after 2 years of age, if it persists beyond 2 years of age, in that case the treatment of choice is herniotomy. If it persists beyond 2 years of age, treatment of choice is herniotomy. Now see this condition. Here you can see that this is the testis and this is what? The tunica vaginalis. Now in this case, you will notice that the processus vaginalis is patent up to the top of testis. So if the processus vaginalis is patent up to the top of testis, clear, or where it shuts off from tunica vaginalis, this is known as funicular hydrocele. So what is funicular? So in this funicular hydrocele, you can see that this processus vaginalis, it is patent up to the top of testis. Patent up to the top of testis. Clear? Where it shuts off from tunica vaginalis. Now see another situation. In this diagram you can see this is the testis, this is the tunica vaginalis. Now here tunica vaginalis and processus vaginalis are distended up to the deep ring. There is no communication with peritoneal cavity, but here tunica vaginalis and processus vaginalis, these are distended up to the deep ring, and this is known as infantile hydrocele. So what's the name? This is infantile hydrocele. Okay, so here tunica vaginalis and processus vaginalis are distended up to the deep ring. Now see this situation. In this situation, you are going to notice that this is the testis. Clear? This is the tunica vaginalis. So there is obliteration of upper and lower part of processus vaginalis. So there is obliteration of upper and lower part of processus vaginalis with collection of fluid within this part. Now obliteration of upper and lower part. So what happens? There is a cystic swelling in relation to cord. So whenever you pull the testis below, the swelling moves down, and if you release the testis, the swelling moves up. So this is known as hydrocele of what? Cord, because there is cystic swelling in relation to cord. So this is known as hydrocele of cord, and it is characterized by obliteration of upper and lower part of processus vaginalis. So here there is obliteration of upper and lower part of processus vaginalis with fluid collection, and there is a cystic swelling in relation to cord. So this is hydrocele of cord. Another term is hydrocele N bisac, also known as bilocular hydrocele. So what's the name? Another condition is hydrocele N bisac, also known as bilocular hydrocele. So here you can see the term is self-explanatory. What? How many sacs are there? Bisac means there are two sacs. How many locules are there? Bilocular means there are two loculi. Okay. So see. So in this case, there are two sacs which are communicating with each other near neck of scrotum. Can you see? This is one part of sac. This is another. So both of these sacs are communicating with each other near neck of scrotum. And what happens? There is fluid collection. Clear? So if we press the lower one, there is increase in size of upper one, and if you press the upper one, there is increase in size of lower one. So two sacs communicating with each other near neck of scrotum. This is hydrocele N bisac or bilocular hydrocele. For the first time, one question was asked in AIMS, and the question was hydrocele of hernia sac. Most of the students were not able to understand that what is this condition, hydrocele of hernia sac, but majority of students marked the correct answer just by analysis. So the term is hydrocele of hernia sac. It means in the hernia sac there is collection of fluid. So why there is fluid collection in hernia sac? See, so imagine that this is the testis. Clear? This is the cord structure, and see, this is what the hernia sac. Okay. Now, whenever the neck of the sac is closed because of adhesions or it is plugged by omentum. So when the neck is closed by adhesions or plugged by omentum, what happens? There is fluid secreted within the sac by peritoneum, and the fluid is going to collect. So what? There is fluid collected in the hernia sac, right? So this is known as hydrocele of hernia sac. And what is the treatment? So this was the question in AIMS. What is the treatment of hydrocele of hernia sac? So we have to perform what? Herniotomy. So this is very important. Hydrocele of hernia sac. Clear? So in this case, neck of sac. What? Neck of sac is either closed by adhesions or this is obliterated by omentum. Clear? And because of this, what's the problem? There is retention of fluid secreted by peritoneum. So retention of fluid. Clear? And in this case, what's the treatment? The treatment of choice is herniotomy. Is the herniotomy. Now see the diagrammatic representation of various types of hydrocele. See, in the first, you can see that there is patent processus vaginalis. Can you see? There is communication with peritoneal cavity. So what's the name of this hydrocele? This is congenital hydrocele. See the second one. Here you can see that the processus vaginalis is distended or it is patent up to the top of testis. So since it is patent up to the top of testis, this is which one? This is funicular. Okay. See third one. If you see third one, this is tunica vaginalis and this is processus vaginalis. This is distended up to the deep ring. So which type? This is infantile. Now see the fourth. Here you can see there is obliteration of lower and upper part of processus vaginalis with fluid collection in this central part. So this is hydrocele of cord. This is hydrocele of cord. See the fifth one. Here you will notice that there is fluid collection within the layers of tunica vaginalis. Clear? So what is the type? This is vaginal hydrocele. Clear? Now see, this is the neck of scrotum, and you will notice how many loculi are there? Two, right? So there is presence of two sacs or two loculi. So this is what? This is bilocular hydrocele or hydrocele in bisac. In seventh picture, you will notice that what testis is normal, cord is normal, right? But here you notice that what there is hernia sac, and here you notice that there is omentum which is obliterating or plugging the neck of hernia sac, and because of this there is collection of or retention of fluid within hernia sac. So this is hydrocele of hernia sac. Clear? So these are the types. How we treat. So if there is small hydrocele, we just go for large plication of sac. So we plicate the sac. So large plication of sac. Whenever there is medium sized hydrocele, what we do? Can you see? We are going to perform eversion of sac. And if there is medium sized hydrocele, we go for eversion of sac. If there is large hydrocele, we go for excision of sac. So what are the treatment options? We go for small sized hydrocele, we go for large plication of sac. Okay. For medium sized hydrocele, we go for jabulase. And you might have seen this surgery. Sometimes we perform it under local anesthesia, and it is also performed in spinal anesthesia. So jabulase, eversion of sac. Eversion of sac. For large hydrocele, if you go to rural areas, especially of UP and Bihar, so what happens? The people who are above 50 or 60, they have large hydrocele, some of them, and some of them are having even bilateral large hydrocele, and they are least bothered, right? But if some patient is coming for the treatment, the patient is having this hydrocele for last 15, 20, 30 years. And what is the problem? In this case, this sac, this tunica vaginalis is very thick. So here, what happens? The sac is very thick. So here, in this case, we have to go for, can you see? We have to go for excision of sac. So we perform the excision of sac. So in cases of large hydrocele, excision of sac is done. So this is how we manage hydrocele.